What's up, everybody? My name is Queen Sheba. I am the owner and founder of Poetry vs. Hip Hop, Poetry vs. Hip Hop live show, and Poetry vs. Hip Hop Productions. I am the owner and founder since June of 2016. We started originally in September 29th, that's our anniversary, of 2015, and became an LLC in June of 2016. Poetry vs. Hip Hop, Poetry vs. Hip Hop live show, and Poetry vs. Hip Hop Productions is not just a name that we came up with, and it's not just the name of a show. It is something that is my baby, that I love, that I'm curating, that I'm taking all over the world. Pre-pandemic, we had been in over 25 cities, including most of all the major cities in the United States, including Miami, Los Angeles, the Get Down Festival, the National Poetry Slam, Dallas, Knoxville, Nashville, Chattanooga several times, Charlotte, North Carolina several times, Philadelphia, New York at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Of course, our home is Atlanta, Georgia. Currently, our home is City Winery of Atlanta, Georgia. And as of today, May 14th, 2024, we are on our summer City Winery tour. And it will probably go into the fall and winter, but we are on our Summer City Winery tour. We also do pop-up venues all over the country. So if you're interested in having us come to your city, school, or festival, or university, we would love to have you. Please email us at poetryversushiphop@gmail.com. And you're wondering like, oh, you're so official. Why don't you have an official email address? Well, because I need someone to run my website. So if you're interested in running my website, then please hit me up and you might have a job. So speaking of team, our small team of Lagalize is myself, the CEO and founder. It is just me, you guys. I am the machine. So anything that happens comes through and gets approved by me. So if anything goes wrong, then please come and tell me, DM, email me. If you are privileged enough to have my phone number, then please text me. And then we will handle it together. This is a positive, all peace, all love show. And we want to make sure that we treat everybody fairly, and everybody that comes to see the show has an amazing experience. Typically, Poetry vs. Hip Hop sells out any venue that we're in as long as it's about 500 people or less. Our biggest show was pre-pandemic, 650 paying people in Memphis. Shout out to Karen Righteous Soul for helping us curate that show and be our ambassador. So we have ambassadors in every city. Why do we have ambassadors in every city? Because it's just me, guys. Just me. Hello. It's just me. I am the machine behind it all. That does not mean that I don't have a small, amazing team that I work with. However, anything that happens with the show definitely goes through me. Now, we are coming up on our 9th year. So in our 10th year, I am looking to expand Poetry vs. Hip Hop, but we'll talk about that in another video. For this video right now, this is for you to be introduced to the team. Now, I am not a good video editor. I just tried to edit this video on TikTok and it disappeared. I don't know where it went to, and it broke my heart because I had little emojis and flyers and things flying around and filters and whatever going into it, and it just seemed to disappear. So myself, I am the CEO and founder and curator of all the events. And so then what I do is reach out to people that I know and love in the cities that we're traveling to and ask them if they want to be ambassadors. They can say yes or no. Hey, I'm too busy, I can't do it. No, or I would love to. Now, ambassadors are super important. They're the ones that help us understand who is popping in the city. They help us find everybody from our featured artists to the people who are in the battle. And the battle is the headliner. You're going to hear me say that a lot because in my experience at Poetry vs. Hip Hop, sometimes the featured artists, regardless of their star status, may think that they're the headliner, but they're not the headliner. The battle is the headliner. The battle is in the headliner position, and the first hour is what we call the concert hour, and that is our featured artist. Doesn't matter if it's Beyonce, Jay-Z, okay, maybe if it's not Beyonce and Jay-Z, but whoever it is, no matter their star status or their expertise, or their time in their genre. And we are looking for masters. We are looking for veterans. We are looking for people who are popping and relevant in their fields. And no matter what they've done, they are a featured artist. So that's very important, because where people land in the show determines what position that they're playing in the show, and everybody involved in the show, down to the band members, is super important in each show. All right, so just for the legalese, this part of the video, this is how it goes. I'm the CEO. We have a CFO, SVB, financial management company. That just means that they help make sure that the money that we contracted and said that you were going to receive, that you do receive, and make sure that you read your contracts. Every city, every venue is slightly different. Most are pretty much the same, but they're slightly different. That means do not come to me for your money at the end of the show. Let me be very clear. We don't pay people at the end of their show. If you are a featured artist, you do not get paid at the end of the show. Let me make this very clear. I am a 23-year veteran of spoken word, a little bit of comedy, a little bit of DJing, but I am also an independent artist, so I know how things go. Also, if you are a working artist, that you know that sometimes, especially in corporate settings or municipalities, that you don't get paid at the end of the show. And it gets sometimes a little off-brand to just be handing out cash when we can't have a receipt or a paper trail. Everything we do with Poetry versus Hip Hop has a paper trail. So make sure that you read your contracts if you are a featured artist, so that you know when you're getting paid and how you're getting paid and your options for getting paid. That is super, super, super important. If you have any questions, then you DM me, and then we pass them off to our CFO, and they will answer if I don't have the answers for you. Now, I can be a little more accessible than my social anxiety would like to be. So I typically do not give out my phone number, but I do check my DMs like they are text messages. So we do have a social media manager that handles everything Poetry versus Hip Hop, and that is Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. His name is Don. He is amazing. So if you need somebody to handle your social media, then please hit up Don. It's Life of Don. He is in every single Poetry versus Hip Hop show chat. Actually, every single one of my shows. It doesn't even have to be just Poetry versus Hip Hop. He handles a little bit of my social media, but he is responsible for all of Poetry versus Hip Hop social media, and he's been with me for more than a year. I'm very excited about our relationship. He's awesome and amazing. He's also an awesome and amazing poet. So if you're in Dallas or need a poet, then hit up Don. He's incredible. So myself, then there's Don, then our CFO, and then my attorney. My attorney, I'll put his information down below in the comment section. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this on TikTok or any other social medias, then I'll also put it there. But our attorney's name is Kyle Paskey. He is in Roswell, Georgia. Our logo for Poetry versus Hip Hop is not Canva stock photo. It is a logo that is federally trademarked by the United States government and protected by the red, the black, and the green. No, I wish it was. Is protected by Kyle Paskey and his team of attorneys in Roswell, Georgia. So if you see somebody using our logo for anything, a show, a basketball game, or anything, then you don't have to snitch, but definitely send me a DM. So what's gonna happen first is that I'm gonna say, hey, amazing ambassador for our city, it looks like somebody in your city has been using our logo inappropriately. Would you mind reaching out to your friend or somebody that they may not even know them, right? Would you mind reaching out to them and saying, hey, that's not your logo, guys? And if everything goes well, they take it down. So sorry, my bad. Then nothing else happens. If they continue to use our logo, then Kyle Paskey sends them a nasty letter and says, hi guys, we see you. You're on the internet and you can't run anywhere. So now we have evidence that you're using our logo inappropriately. It is not yours to use at all whatsoever or manipulate. That logo is our logo. Creative design is amazing. Yes, it's simple. It's great. It works. It works just like McDonald's, AOL. Voices in Power, Right About Now, Button Poetry. Of course, it's simple, amazing. We want you to see it. Poetry versus Hip Hop. Boom. That is Poetry versus Hip Hop. This is a show that is owned and operated by Queen Sheba and her amazing crew, right? So we have Kyle Paskey, who is our long-loved and beloved attorney. And we have our CFO, SVB Financial Management Company, who handles all the featured artists' money. And our small staff, right? The cash for the prize money is always available at the show, but we'll get to that in another video. And then we have our social media manager, the CFO, and our attorney, and me. So I do have a job opening, and we are looking for a new PR person. You can do it from anywhere in the world, and you could do it from your laptop, and we never actually have to meet in person except for via Zoom. So if you're interested in that job, please email us, poetryversushiphop@gmail.com, and we'd love to get you on board immediately. So, okay, you do have to have some admin experience. You have to be able to use Microsoft, but that's a whole nother video. But this is our Legalese video so that you know who owns and operates Poetry versus Hip Hop live show, and Poetry versus Hip Hop Productions. Peace.